Don't fall for the next shocking headlines about home prices. Today, we're going to look at what's happening with home prices nationwide, but more importantly, what has happened with home prices in the Knoxville, Tennessee area. The FHFA House Price Index has just been released for the first quarter of this year. Now, before we get into that, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so that you're notified of every video that we put out there about the local housing market and things that are of interest in Knoxville, Tennessee. Now, if you're thinking about buying or selling the home, one of the biggest questions you probably have right now is what's happening with home prices. And it's no surprise that you don't have clarity that you need on that topic, because part of this is how the headlines are talking about prices. They're blasting their negative news by comparing current stats to the last few years. But you can't really compare this year to what we call the unicorn years, when home prices reached record highs. And that was unsustainable. And as home prices begin to normalize now, they're talking about like it's a bad thing. But in reality, we're just getting back to the way things were before the pandemic. But the worst home price declines across the country are already behind us. And we never even really saw declines in our local area. So what we're starting to see now is just a return to more normal house price appreciation. So let's take a look at this graph right here. And I'm going to share this. What this shows is the 4-quarter appreciation as of the first quarter of 2023 across the nation. Now you can see down here on the chart that the darker blue is up to 14.1% appreciation, whereas when you start to get into the orange, you fall to about 10% depreciation. Well, this chart makes it pretty clear that nationwide, there's really only few areas of the country, most of which are, you can see, concentrated here out west. You've got Colorado down 1.1%, Utah down 4.3%, Nevada 3.6%, California 2.9%, and then we've got Oregon here down 1.6, Washington 2.6, and Idaho down 1.6. And then we got this area here in the DC area down just a half a point. Now the rest of the country you can see is blue to dark blue. So when we come here to Tennessee, we see Tennessee 4-quarter appreciation is up 7%. And when we go to the Knoxville, Tennessee area, we'll see the 4-quarter appreciation is up 6.1%. So actually, as of the report today from the Federal Housing Finance Agency, nationwide, taking in all those areas into account, home prices rose in May 0.7%. And that is 2.8% year over year. That is from May of 2022 to May of 2023. So across the nation, even if you take into those few areas of depreciation, house prices are still up. But more importantly, what do they look like here in the Knoxville area? So the Knoxville, Tennessee metro is up 6.1%. We're actually number 29 out of the top 100 metros in the United States for price appreciation. So we're not seeing declines at all. In fact, we haven't seen them all year. And even the last quarter of last year, when there was so much talk about the bottom falling out of the housing market, we did not see price declines. We saw price deceleration, which means the rate of which it was increasing went down. But it's really more normal, and you can see that here if you scroll down. And you look at the period of time, this goes back all the way to 2007. So on this chart, we can see here's the unicorn years. The 2020 to, it was really like the middle of 2020 to like the third quarter of 2022 where we really saw prices just go crazy. So here's, we had the third quarter of 2020, prices go up 12%, then they went up 14.9% year over year, 17.6%, 23.5%, 25.9%. That's the third quarter of 2021. Then the fourth quarter of 2021, 24.2%. The first quarter of 2022, starting at hot again at 29.5%. Then 24.9%. Then 18.3% in the third quarter of 2022, where we started to see the market change when the interest rates nearly doubled in a 30-month span. So that started to impact the fourth quarter that was still up 15.7%, but it brings us to where we are now in the first quarter of 2023 at a 6.1% year over year increase. So compared to the last few years, yes, it seems like the market has really slowed down in terms of price appreciation. But I think we can all agree those last couple of unicorn years were just unsustainable. So if you look at the fourth quarter of 2023 and you really come back and start comparing it to prior to 2020, we go back to 2019, we see 7.4, we see 6, we see 6.3, 7.2, 7.2. Now we're into 2018, we're in the 7.6 range, 6, 7, back to 2017. So you can see really we are just tracking back to where we were in 2017, 2018, and 2019. So there's really nothing to get alarmed about when it comes to the house prices in our area. In fact, we know the houses keep going up in value. And even 5, 6, 7% can be significant. So if you're a home buyer out there and you're thinking the prices are going to come down, they're not. They're not coming down. What we do hope is that maybe the interest rates will come down. And there's a lot of people saying that the interest rates will come down going into next year. Now, nobody knows for sure, but what I think you can see pretty significantly if you look back in history and you look at the fact that we still have a supply issue. We have more demand than supply. When you have more demand than supply, the prices are going to continue to go up. So here's what we know at the end of the day. The prices are now going up at a normal rate that we saw 2017, 2018, 2019, but they're still going up. We also know that the interest rates, they've kind of leveled off at just under 7%. So maybe you're in the 6 3/4, 6.5 range, depending on what you want to do. There's definitely things you can do to buy down that rate to even into the 4s. But the interest rate situation seems like that as we get into 2024, they expect the rates to drop. Maybe we'll see 5s again, upper 5s, but we expect the interest rates to go down. We expect the home prices to go up. So if you're a buyer right now, it's just time to buy. The houses are only going to get more expensive. If you're a seller right now and you're sitting on lots of equity and you want to downsize or you want to right size, now is the time to sell because you can marry the house, find the house you want, date the rate. If you're a seller right now, there's another idea. You could turn your primary residence right now into a rental and you can actually cash flow that house and use some of your equity to buy that next house that you really want. And we can show you how to do that. You can go to rentmyknoxvillehome.com, rentmyknoxvillehome.com. You can get a free rent evaluation, we'll be happy to share that with you. This is Jeff Grebe. I am broker owner of Weichert Realtors Advantage Plus. We have 2 offices and about 60 agents to serve you. We would love to talk to you about what's going on with the market, whether you're looking to buy, whether you're looking to sell, or whether you're just curious. We'd love to have a conversation with you. You can give us a call at 865-474-7100 or find us online at AdvantagePlusTN.com. We'll keep you posted here weekly with new videos to update you what's going on in the market, give you tips to buy and sell, and just tell you about the wonderful area that we live here in East Tennessee. I hope you've enjoyed this, and stick around. Watch another video. Have a great day.